far as you're concerned for
I think
Red Bull?
what is the most important for me is that there is a robust governance. They didn't bulge an eyelid. They just followed the process, how it went. Federico and his team, Ksela, Ian and Nicolas, I think were absolutely good in assessing. I know how rigorous they were with us all throughout the year. That was a difficult process. I mean, when I'm seeing 13 positions that were wrong with us, it wasn't the case, and it's just overall good to see that there is a penalty, whatever, whether we deem it too low or too high.
Within the process and the cost cap itself, is it outlined exactly how much budget goes towards certain aspects of racing, be it catering, wind tunnel, salaries? Is it outlined for you guys?
Yeah, so it's a lot of positions. Literally, it's so much more precise than a normal bookkeeping because you need to also track time of people. When somebody works 80% in Formula One, you really need to check in and check out like a lawyer. But most important is it's a relative game, and it's a sport of marginal gains also. And whether it is 200,000 or 2 million, at the end everything costs performance. And we all had to cover sick pay and gardening leaves and the canteen. Yeah, 9 teams were okay, 1 team was in breach.
So Red Bull have had the embarrassment, obviously, of this saga, being hit in the pocket, hit in the wind tunnel time. Is it worth you busting the cost cap for 22 and 23? Is it worth that pain now for the other teams to go, hey, why don't we do that?
I think what you see that beyond a sporting penalty and a financial fine, it's also reputational damage. And in a world of transparency and good governance, that's just not on anymore. In compliance-wise, whatever team you are, you're responsible for representing a brand, your employees, your partners, and that's why for us it wouldn't be a business case.
When we talked to Otmar a little bit earlier, he was saying that up and down this, because it's quite new, these rules and regulations, obviously the first year that it's come into play, they built in a little bit of leeway within that so that they were sure that they weren't going there. Did you do the same, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. You need to build a little bit of leeway. You can't take an aggressive approach at the beginning because it's a process. It's learning by the job.
Go ahead.
Ladies first.
That didn't happen to me on the track. That's cool. I agree. So do you like this cost cap scenario? I know it's in the spirit of getting more competition and the teams to even up a little bit, but do you think that this is the most efficient way to do it?
Yeah, I think so, because we cannot let costs spiral out of control. In US American sports, you know better than I, in the NBA or in football, they introduced a salary cap, and the teams are healthy and the sport is healthy overall. And I think we have started with the cost cap, and it's tremendously important also to create a more equal balance between teams. We're all operating at $140 million now. That means normally over time, the smaller teams can catch up. There's also the advantage of more wind tunnel time. And fundamentally, this is all what we want, is really close racing between many more competitors.
There are many things that are not in the cost cap. So what does a team, what will you spend this year in total? I mean, your accounts will come out at some point. We talk about 140 cost cap. What does it really cost?
To be honest, you're catching me on the wrong foot there. But with all the support functions, our biggest cost factor is marketing. I think on marketing activation, we spend more than £25 million, for example. Then the drivers are outside, and the 3 highest paid personnel, and then you're already talking about big numbers. Obviously not me, but
so
yeah.
A long way north of 200 million.
I think probably 200 million, yeah.
Okay. Regarding the competition next year, as far as we understand it, if the positions remain the same and that reduction in wind tunnel time for Red Bull is now equating to about 63% versus you might have 17% more time in the wind tunnel. Christian was saying it might cost between 1/4 and 1/2 a second. Can you put any figures on it, and does that bring you guys right back into it? Do you think it will have a levelling up effect in the top teams next year?
I think any reduction in wind tunnel time is going to cost you some performance. We've been in the fortunate situation that we won the championship. So for 18 months, we had 7% less than Red Bull every single half year. So overall, that that adds up. And if you look at Ferrari's performance, They were 6th the previous year, so massively more performance. So we are unfortunately benefiting by being 3rd on the road with 14% more than the leader, and then we have another 10%. So that is quite a lot. But I guess it needs to be well utilized.
So does this, until the 2022 numbers come out, does this draw a line under it today, this whole saga?
I would very much hope so. These are, now we've closed the 21 numbers. Let's see what they do with the 22 submission. I think they will have every interest to get it right this time. So yeah, hopefully it's enough of a deterrent so that doesn't happen anymore with no other team.